Oh shit, it's the birdie from Five Nights at Freddy's! Ah, whoa!
So this is Kingdom Airazor. Some of you may wonder if this is even a Transformer. Well, she is. She's from something called Beast Wars, but let's just talk about it. So a brand new Transformers film is set to hit pretty soon, and I'm actually pretty excited. I'm not too bothered by the new designs. Some of them are faithful, and some of them are just cool. Along with that, it features the appearance of the Maximals. It's a rabbit hole I'd rather not explain right now, but to put it simply, Beast Wars was a 90s show based off Transformers, and the Maximals were the good guys of it, and they're set to be in the new film. And out of all of the Maximal designs, she is my least favorite. Like, what? Although the other figure is actually not that bad looking. But those aren't out yet. This one is. As a character, she's always been a little bland, but surprisingly enough, she's got a really good toy right here. She's painted and sculpted spectacularly, especially the feather detailing. She looks just like a falcon. To be fair, I haven't seen a falcon before, so I could just be talking bullshit. Like, I went inside to try to find some, but I couldn't find any. Most of them just laughed at me. Anyway, back to the figure. I've got to talk about the wings some more, because they're amazing. They are filled with joints, which makes stuff like this easy, and have a grand wingspan. A lot of the budget was definitely put into the wings. Not much of the budget probably went to the head, but it still looks really good. The paint is nicely done, and the feather detailing is still great. I think the beak can open, but I'll have to double check that. Also, the screw roll is a little distracting, but I can get over it. Top down, the bird mode is fine, but then you look under it. To be fair, using the robot mode head as the belly is quite smart, although there's an issue I have to bring up later. Although you can tell it's just the robot sort of like doing a weird pose to be able to be a bird. It's not the best looking, but at least it's not terrible. I'm never buying that thing. It looks more like Silverbolt. While it doesn't look the best, it serves more of a functional purpose. Not only for the transformation, the leg posability is also quite good. Same with the head. Before I forget, you also get these two little things. Despite how they look like little spaceships, they are actually meant for robot mode. You can store these on the robot mode thighs. Not the best look, but it's fine. Before we finish up with bird mode, there's a port for the stand. Always appreciated. So finally, let's move on to size comparisons. I don't have any other Beast Wars characters on hand, but here's Barbatos, Astaroth, Agraze, and Reissue Ratrav. To sum up, the bird mode is done really well for the budget. It's clever and I've got to applaud it for it. There's not much else I think they could have done. But anyways, let's get to the robot mode. After a decent, yet fun transformation, you get the robot mode. I'll say it now, this is the best part of the figure. The robot mode here is incredible. The colors pop, the detailing is just right, the proportions are on point, and the posability is great. Basically, I'd highly recommend you get it. And I know I was trash talking it earlier, but if you're fine with the design, I think it's a fine option. But I personally prefer how this one looks. I like the aesthetic a bit more. Although some people may point out how she isn't fully accurate to her original appearance. I don't mind, and honestly, I kind of prefer how this one looks. Just a personal preference, although it isn't perfect. Like, the paint isn't too good, it's scratching off in a few areas. The face is also a little bit pink. It's the one design issue I have. It's not bad, just a little strange. Another thing that's strange is how big these arm things are. In the show, these are just supposed to be little missiles, but I can't say they look bad on her. And I should really mention the wings again because they are glorious. They compress nicely and give a unique silhouette, whether closed or open. The faint painting is also quite appreciated, and looks great. I feel I have to reiterate how good the posing is. Aside from wrist joints, you have all the basics, and they're all toleranced well. Aside from the head, which is strangely loose. It's not really a bother, it's fun to put in all sorts of poses, and to animate. And to add to all of this praise, she is a good size too. Here's Barbatos, Astaroth, Agraze, and Rat. And if that's all, I'd like to conclude with saying that this is an honestly amazing figure. If you're thinking of getting it, then go ahead. Just find it at a cheap price, because scalpers can be truly evil. And since we've come to an end, I'd like to give Airazor an 8 out of 10. Also, I forgot to give Rumble and Mona a score, so here they are. Anyways, have a good one.